everyone, my name is Luna and today we're going to take a look back on some of the best moments from Campaign 3 according to all of you, as well as a couple of my own personal favourite moments. But first, I have to shout out my favourite people, my patrons! Patreon is my main source of income and I literally could not make these videos without all of you. If you're not signed up and you would like to support the channel, you can do so for just $5 a month, which gives you access to some bonus videos. I just put one out last week about how to get yourself out of a gaming slump. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out. It goes without saying that this video contains spoilers. Fresh Cut Grass was a fan favorite character from the beginning, with their sunny outlook and desire to help their friends as much as possible, even to their own detriment. However, we all knew that Sam Riegel had some emotional trauma in store for us, which was slowly revealed when we learned that FCG was part of an adventuring group called the Division of Public Benefit, led by a woman called Dancer. There were other automatons in the party that Dancer had fixed up and named.
Did you give yourself your name, or?
No. My former associate gave me my name. She named all of her creations after her favorite smells.
Oh, that's lovely.
There was a bunch of us. There was me. There was oatmeal. There was apple pie. There was pussy. There was a bunch of us.
Wow.
It's so nice to see other people having to hear this. It's really just bringing everything into sharp perspective.
This has been a day.
That took me a bit by surprise.
This has been a day.
What was your name?
Wow, it was just thrown out there so quick.
Did you say send help?
My name is Fern. Yeah. It's so fun. I've heard of creatures like you.
Oh, you have? Have you ever met another automaton such as myself?
Despite these ridiculous names, these automatons met a tragic fate. The party was hired to clear out a silver mine which had been inhabited by some unknown monsters. On that expedition, something happened to the party while they were resting. FCG awoke from their stasis to see a one-eyed monster brutally murdering the entire party. When the identity of this one-eyed monster was finally revealed, we witnessed Matthew Mercer have a breakdown and question every life choice that has led him to this moment.
Wait, weren't you the one-eyed monster?
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
The one-eyed monster slayed my pussy.
Okay.
No! This is canon.
That is canon!
I know!
The flesh chunk is not, but that is...
Sam! What's wrong with you? I'm yes-anding that.
Oh,
I mean, he
this
did
whole
just shove
time.
a cigar, dry pasta, and
Pickle, Slim
this whole
Jim.
time. All of that led up to
Yeah.
the fucking
this
joke.
moment.
You asshole. Well played. Okay.
It's no surprise that so many people mentioned this moment. It's just like the perfect encapsulation of who Sam Riegel is as a player, committed to the long con and able to combine sadness and tragedy with the dumbest joke ever. And speaking of sadness and tragedy, it would not be a D&D party without tragic backstories for all, and the appearance of Laudna, this happy and optimistic walking image of death, had us speculating, what the fuck is up with that? A lot of people theorized that we had met Laudna before and were vindicated in a truly touching scene when Laudna opened up to Orm about her past.
But you're the happiest person in this bunch.
Of course. The worst thing that's ever happened to me has already happened. I remember being tossed clothes to wear, told to change, be served a wonderful dinner, which we were. It was actually quite fantastic. It was like a filet, a little surf and turf, had some lobsters. And then that was it. They dragged me away, separated me from my parents, was brutally beaten, and then it's a little fuzzy after that, but next thing I remember was waking up being hung from a tree. It was the sun tree, actually. It was quite a spectacle.
Yeah, I gathered. I'm so sorry.
It was a long time ago.
This was such a brutal connection to Campaign 1. So for some context for people who haven't watched it, Vox Machina arrived in Percy's home city, Whitestone, following the Briarwoods, who had violently overthrown the city and murdered Percy's family. The group had already had an altercation and a fight with the Briarwoods back in Amman, so when they arrived in the city, they found a welcome message from the Briarwoods. Bodies hanging from the sun tree that had been dressed up and mutilated to look like each member of the party. Laudna was the person made to look like Vex, which led to a tender moment between the two of them when they eventually met in Campaign 3.
I just wanted to say, sorry for my husband. And also, specifically to you. I'm so very sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Because I can't help but feel a bit responsible for what happened to you. And I'm just sorry.
You remind me of the ladies that I used to emulate when I was a little girl. Your hair, it's so pretty.
I know.
Cross-campaign connections was a big theme for Campaign 3, and we saw lots of references and NPCs, and even player characters joining up. Campaign 2 is a beloved campaign, I think partly because it was airing during the pandemic, so many people, including myself, watched during that time, and it was a source of comfort and connection. Sorry, this is Marigold. So lots of critters were beside themselves when the two campaigns collided and Bell's Hells and the Mighty Nine teamed up.
That's the one I was telling you about. That's kind of cute.
Oh, hello. You were Imogen, right?
I am.
Oh, it's very nice
You've
to
heard
meet you.
about me?
I have actually. We saw you and yes.
No, you're always welcome to follow the traveler.
What is the traveler?
He's kind of like not quite a god, but he's kind of like a god. You know, he's super powerful.
Like a
gives me
betrayer
lots of-
god?
All these
I
years
mean-
later and still going strong.
Wait,
The
listen.
traveler, one of the gods that might get eaten by the.
No. That's the best thing about it. He's not on the menu.
He was like, oh, my partner's busy. Was that you?
Yeah.
Guilty as charged.
Oh.
We were in your home. It was charming, lovely.
Oh, thank you. We worked very hard at it. Did you see the garden?
Oh,
Yes. Beautiful.
Yes, so good.
Also love how he floats. I was trying to figure that out.
One of my favorite parts about these party mashups, aside from the fun character interactions, is just watching the players struggle to keep track of which character they're being.
And we can totally just drop Bo off of really high things. She just kind of falls and never gets hurt like a cat. It's very odd.
It's really incredible.
What do you mean you don't do anything to mitigate it, like turn into a fish or something? That's the wrong character.
Yes, it was.
What a good reference. And bloodiness.
Matt must have been thinking, welcome to my world. It's so hard keeping track of multiple characters and who is talking to who. It's definitely something that I struggle with myself when I'm DMing. I can't even imagine doing it in front of hundreds of thousands of people when the slightest slip or mispronunciation can live on forever.
I've sent a group to try and retrieve what is known as the blue perennium flower.
It gets a lot of sun. Just thrives with sunlight.
We searched the in-between us.
The sun has to be in the right time, part of the sky. It's a brief moment.
The flower? Is it?
Urge to just kill a beloved NPC right now.
As if she could.
I'd like to point out I've said nothing.
I know.
Is it the blue perennial flower? What is, where does it grow?
Nooks and crannies.
No, don't do it, please.
I'm so sorry, Matthew Mercer, but I had to include that clip because it's just So funny and relatable. Oh my god. You knew that the group were not going to let it go. There have been so many times when I've said a name out loud during a game only to realize that I've never actually said that name aloud, and it sounds very different when actually spoken than written down.
My guns! My guns!
My cunt?
My God.
I heard my cunt.
Another absolutely incredible cross-campaign moment occurred in episode 51 when Bell's Hells infiltrated the Malleus Key site and were joined by Keyleth of the Ereshari. But as it turns out, the whole thing was a setup and Keyleth was the bait. As Otohan laid into her and she was on death's door, Ludness's true target arrived.
As Keyleth lies kind of frozen, eyes wide, Otohan goes for like a heart strike, and there's a dark flash in the air. And you see where Otohan's blade was. Instead, you see a cloak of feathers.
What?
Fuck, what the hell?
Black raven feathers.
Wait, put on the bingo. Put on the bingo.
His bag's on there?
You see a masked figure with long...
Shut the fuck up, man! Shut up! No fucking way! You cannot be serious!
Who is now standing over and protecting her body. Daggers in each hand. Don't you even dare.
Oh god.
To me, this is one of the hugest moments of Campaign 3. It's one of those clips that if I see like a still image or a picture from it, I immediately know what it is because I've watched it so many times. And I don't know, it's just such a like romantic and exciting moment. Like Vax had been gone from Keyleth's life for so long, forced away by his service to the Matron of Ravens, but swooping in right here. Like I remember literally screaming at my screen. That kind of moment is one that makes me wish there were in-person watch parties at like a bar or something I could go to, because then I just feel like that would have been insane to experience that alongside other critters, like physically in a room. We do have a watch party in my Discord, which is fantastic. It's probably the next best thing. Like, it's so fun experiencing those big moments with other people, and I also think it's a big part of like the appeal of Critical Role. It's like, I guess I don't do sports, so I feel like that's the sports appeal for me. Another big fight which received a lot of votes was the battle between Bell's Hells and Otohan Thule on the streets of Bassaras.
Orem, please describe to me in your final moment as Orem looks up, barely holding his vision forward, and Otohan pulls the blade up and is about to press it down into his sternum.
There's a really heavy sense of failure. But at the same time, I know I'm gonna see Will and Derek again.
She stops for a second.
We've met before. Yeah.
I'm out.
Fern, in the final moments
Oh my
of
fucking god.
consciousness and life on this realm, as the blade rests above you, what do you do? What do you say?
Boy, that was a hell of a run.
As the blade goes into your abdomen, and then with a spray, an arc of red that seems to almost turn to black as it hits the dust and then scatters off of the wind. Fern Calloway's no more. Okay.
It's done.
Well, this is not a crit, so you take 2 failed death saves. As she's falling back in the air from that second strike, she immediately takes the second blade and jams it up through her back, which pierces out of the sternum. And while holding her still aloft, kind of a reverse Sephiroth situation, Laudna held in the air, just looks over at you.
It's wild to think that this happened in episode 33. Like, that feels so long ago, and the party was only level 7. They became quite cautious after this fight, and I don't blame them because it really could have ended much worse than it did. Like, we absolutely could have lost multiple party members in that, but it really solidified Otohan as this, like, formidable enemy that then tormented them throughout the entire campaign. And it also led to a really brilliant storyline of like going into Delilah's domain to pull Laudna from her clutches. Campaign 3 was a whopping 457 hours long. Just let that sink in. How many days is that? Let me Google that. Well, not Google, just calculate. I just want everyone to know, guys, that we have spent 19 days, like 19 straight days with no breaks of our life watching Campaign 3. worth it. So from a campaign so long, there are many amazing moments that happened, like Sir Bertram Bell's death, learning that there was a city on Ruidus, bringing Laudna back from the dead, exploding the Arx Creonum, but the moment that received a huge amount of votes took place in a basement.
Oh my god.
Don't do it. We have to hurry. We're late for our session.
What? What does that even mean?
I don't know, but I'm gonna roll with it. Yes, I am.
Just webcamming a bit. It's great.
I'm gonna hold it and aim it towards her. And shine the lights on her.
For her only heroes? Alright. Okay, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll deception check.
Our son will see this one day.
Don't say that.
No, I won't. It's too many hours.
No, they'll clip it.
Look, Campaign 3 was pretty grim and heavy, and the players went to some really dark places in their role-playing, but sometimes you just have to do something silly, and yes and. Did they yes and themselves into an extremely strange place that they then fully committed to? Yes. Yes, they did. Sometimes you take big swings, and did this one hit or miss? I honestly don't know. Sometimes I think it's a hit, sometimes I think it's a miss. But either way, it's entertaining, so that probably makes it a hit. One character took a particularly big swing, which divided critters more than I think any other moment in the campaign. It felt like the Reddit essays continued for weeks and weeks after this moment, and that is, of course, when Ashton tried, after warnings from the DM that it was maybe not a good idea, to take in the fire shard.
Alright, well, let's get you in this thing.
Wait for it. Let's go, quick. And I just start wrapping the thing on me as quick as possible.
Die.
Okay.
What if, like, you explode?
Well, that'll be a story, won't it? Fuck it. Do
I
it.
don't know.
This is what I need. I need to save everybody. We all need to save everybody.
Fucking no one loves a martyr.
Right?
No, but what if this is not how we do it?
I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way.
What does that mean?
Not
He's
looking.
not gonna look at it.
It's good.
It's good.
It's high.
Plus 8.
16
plus.
Plus 8. Never look if you want to win. Never fucking look when you want to win.
You
Don't
shut your
act
mouth.
like- don't
Alan.
act like-
I'll kick you in your ball sack.
God damn.
It was hard being a critter after this moment, I won't lie. It just felt like everyone was arguing about this, but there's no denying it had a huge impact on the campaign, and it was a massive turning point for Ashton's journey. When this all came about, I actually started working on a video which was just going to be called In Defense of Ashton. I didn't end up finishing it, but I don't know, maybe I should. I was rereading like my notes and my sort of semi-finished script before this video. I just feel like there's so much stuff there to unpack, like all the moments in Ashton's life that led them to making this reckless and selfish decision. And I don't know, I think examining those moments can provide some clarity and maybe some understanding about why they did it or some empathy. I don't know. Would any of you be interested in that video? Like, let me know. Maybe I can do it in this campaign break that we're in, if enough people are keen. Or do you think Ashton is completely indefensible? You can let me know that in the comments too. Lastly, we'll end on another character choice that was the opposite of selfish, a moment of true heroism and sacrifice.
Oh my god.
In my berserk anger, fueled by stress, I will take out my Changebringer coin. I will hold it out in front of me, and I will cast at my highest level left, Guiding Bolt at level 4 on myself, straight through the orb portal glass thing, and I will aim it at my heart, and I will trigger a nuclear reaction, if at all possible. I get to roll with advantage.
Wait, what? You're gonna what?
He wants to blow up his core.
Is he Blaze of Glory?
Yeah.
Are you Blaze of
I'm
Glory?
Blaze of Glorying. That's 14 plus 11 to hit.
No.
So that hits.
Yeah.
But just hits.
Yeah. It hits me.
Oh, it hits you! It hits you!
Yes.
No. No.
Okay.
I am so mad at you right now.
No.
Two things.
So mad at you.
Two things.
I'm so proud of you.
Two things. You understand what this means. Just so we're clear.
The
And that's okay.
No, the rage that I feel, the stress being so high, the fuel pumping through my core, it has reached a level it's never reached before, and it is so intense that for the first time, I realize that I am made of metal and wires, but I am alive. I am alive for the first time. And I am alive not because I was made by Dee or Dancer or even the Changebringer. I'm alive because they made me alive. And it's the connections that I made with all of them. And it's a feeling of joy. And I'm happy to do this because they saved my life. And I'll save theirs.
It's really hard watching this clip back now that we have the full context for this moment, which is that Sam needed to step away from the table to undergo cancer treatment. I remember at the time feeling a bit upset that there was like very little recognition of FCG's death in the game and that they'd sort of rushed past it, and it felt like we didn't really get any processing time. But in hindsight, with this real world context, I can completely understand why the group would not want to roleplay mourning a friend when their real friend was in the midst of like a really scary illness. It just totally makes a lot of sense. Regardless of those outside world circumstances, though, I do think that this moment with FCG was inevitable. And Ashton even says it in the game quite a few times, that FCG was sort of a ticking time bomb who was always going to put everyone else before themselves and kind of make a big sacrifice like this, especially once we learned that their core could be detonated. Like, as soon as we heard that, I was like, well, it's over. This is going to happen at some point. FCG, we love you and miss you. So I can already hear people in the comments typing, but what about this moment? And I am right there with you. There are so many fantastic moments from the campaign. So if I missed any that you think should absolutely be in a collection of the best moments, please let me know in the comments, and then maybe we can do like a part 2 of this series. If you want to relive the campaign and see even more clips, you can check out my full playlist of Bells Hell's breakdowns right here. I start including clips and doing more of like recapping around episode 27. Before that, it's a bit more of like theorizing and talking about theories. Back then the series was called Critrole Conspiracies because we were like trying to suss out what was going on. But if around episode 27, I kind of shifted to more like recaps and clips, and still doing some theory stuff though. Anyway, so I recommend starting there if you're specifically like after clips of the best moments. All right, I will see you all next time. Bye!